Hello, Trailblazers. Welcome back once again. Today I am going to talk about advanced approval in Salesforce Revenue Cloud Advanced. So today this is the use case where will be auto approved if the quote line item discount is less than 5%, if the manager approval required greater than 5% or less than 10% discount applied on the quote line items, and third use case is if the greater than 10% outline discounts, then all the 3% approval required. So these are the use case I will show you, and the steps involved while set up the advanced approval in Revenue Cloud Advanced. So one of the flow you required to update the quote status based on the action like approved, rejected, submitted, right? Approval orchestration flow where you can define the steps of the approval stages, right? Third is submit for approval, one of the flow where it is calling one of the controller class that is an invocable method, right? Auto approval LWC controller, right? And this controller is calling approval orchestration flow, right? So here if you see approval orchestration flow is calling through the apex class rather than under the flow itself, right? I mean, from one of the flow to call as a subflow approval but this is you cannot do, right, in the approval orchestration flow. So approval orchestration flow only can call through the controller class. That's why it comes into the picture approval controller class. So let's move to the next. Now, and like the 2 points is you have to add, you have to create one custom link button where the calling submit for approval, and then last you have to edit the page build app builder page, right? Then this is the data models involved in the advanced approval submission details, approval work items, approval work item criteria, that is a condition applied, right? And approval work item condition is one of the also object, but it doesn't support act from the Salesforce. So let's move to the demo part without wasting any time. So one of the flow, this is the one a simple flow where the auto launch flow where you can get a call quote records based on the record ID. So this is the get call simple. Here I just created one of the variable where I am storing the grand total amount, right? And if you see the update type, there is update type like rejected, approved, or submitted. So rejected, just update the status, rejected, approved, status approved. But while submitted the code, then it becomes a status in a review, right? So in review updated, then after that I am getting all the code line items associated with the code by using the record ID, and I am looping it where I am getting the this I mean subtotal and total price from the code line items. And by using these two fields, I have created one of the formula field that is output type. So if you see, this is one of the variable I have created, and this is the output, right? So it this variable will going to use in another uh, on the approval orchestration flow. So this is the one of the formula I have created, and getting the discount applied on the quote line items. So if you see the formula, subtotal minus total price by the subtotal into 100. So it will give you the exact discount applied on the quote line items. So this is one of the simple flow. You can create it. Right? Another flow I have told you in the PPT. This is the orchestration where you can define the steps. So let's go here and we'll show you how we are going to create our orchestration flow. Click on the new flow where you have to select the orchestration. So if you view all, so one of the flow here you can see that this is the one auto launched, right? This is the one, right? So this is what I have created here. So so what we have to do first? Nothing you have to do worry. Just you have to uh, I mean start with the stage. So what I have done while clicking on the button submit for approval, so just it is updating by calling the subflow. Subflow means this flow, right? This flow. I am passing the parameter record ID and submitted. Submitted with submitted means it coming this side, right? So it goes in the review state, right? So and one thing, just let you know, while click on the add a step, and there is a two type steps. Either you want to execute in the background or approval. So whenever, just keep in mind, whenever you are going to update the status, then it goes with the background steps. If there is a approval required person, then you have to go with the approval steps. So what I am doing here, approval the, I mean submit for submitted to update the quote status. So it goes in a review state. Now by using this decision box, either I mean we have to check the quote line items associate the discount percent is greater than 5, right? So if the 5 greater than, then manager approval required, else it will be auto approved, right? So again, if you see the auto approved means I am just calling the subflow and passing the approved. So that's it, right? If the greater than, then it requires the manager approval. So what I am doing here, I have created a step, right? That is a manager approval steps you can put, and you have to select this one. I mean, this is the standard flow. Uh, evaluate approval request. So this is the standard flow. It will automatically call, and approval required as a user or group of the person. So I am just putting down as a user. So one of the Sanjay Pandit will going to approve it by passing the record ID, and this is the approval chain you can put it, right? So let show you. This is one of the standard flow, and one of the standard flow is this is the standard flow where you see this is the screen, either approval person approve or reject, right? So this is one of the flow is calling through the orchestration. So this is done, right? Now let's see the another decision will decide the account applied. I mean on the quote line items percent is applied more than, right? So if you see now uh, let me tell you, like either if this step will execute, so manager either will approve it or reject it. So let's suppose if the reject it, then reject means just directly update the quote status, that is rejected. So again, using the same condition, record ID rejected. Right? If the approved, manager will going to approved, right? So it's going to approved. Then I am checking here again decision. I am going to check if the discount percentage greater than 10, then it will go to other 2% for approval, right? If you see, I am not updating the approved status of the quote, right? So how we'll get the data? This is the discount percentage. So if you remember, discount percentage variable I have created as an output variable here, right? I already showed it. So this is one of the uh, variable I'm calling by up, getting this call update a quote submitted the steps, then output is one of the right attributes where dot you can get the output variable. So if the greater get then found in the quote line items, then it requires another two approvals. Otherwise, it will require it doesn't require, then automatically will approved. Right? So this is the approved. Let's suppose the greater than quote line greater than 10% in the quote line items applied. So if you see two uh, 2% I have created two steps, one for financial, one for CIO. Same thing I am doing, calling the standard flow, right? Passing the user, right? Who will receive the approval, right? And this is the financial, the approval chain. The same thing doing what the CIO. So this is that. Now again you have to use the decision. Either both person will be approved or any of them will reject it, then reject it. So what I am checking here, if all approved, so mean both person approved. So I mean, if you see the approval decision, so again, if you are calling from here, right? So how you get the this approval decision? So this is the steps. Output is a attributes from where the approval decision as a output variable declared in the standard flow. Same way. I mean, this would, if you come here, approval decision as a output variable declared in the standard flow. So this is the one you call and check, it's either it's a approved or reject. So both are approved means, right? This is the section calling where you can call the code flow and pass the parameter. Here any of them will reject it, then calling the reject. So here you see the decision rejected, rejected, both, right? So this is done, right? And this is one of the screen flow I have created while click on the button, right? And this flow is calling the apex class, that is invocable one. And this is the apex class, this is the apex class I have created, right? Where calling the orchestration, right? Passing the three parameters, and that's it. So if you see, that's it. So this is done. Let's go to the scenario now. So this is one of the code I already created and we'll going to show you, right? So let me show you the first thing. So if you see, the discount is less than 5%. So if I'm going to click on the button, so this is the button I have created as a custom link button, right? So go to here. Sorry, where is it? Go to the flow. I mean, go to the object where quote, right? I have created one of the button, right? This is submit for approval, where I am calling that flow. So this flow I am calling through the button. If you see, you can, uh, code flow and submit for approval, right? This is how you can create the custom button, custom link button, right? So if you see here, this is less than 5%, and I am going to click on the submit for approval. So if the 5% less than, then automatically will be approved. Uh, Kindly approve. See, this is done automatically approved, right? Because less than 5%. So let me revert back once again, and we'll show you the another use case. If greater than 5%, but less than 10%, then it will require only manager approval. So this is the second. So if you see, it becomes 439 less than. So I am going to approve here. If you just ignore time being, and it will create a new record, and you will see who is the approver. So I am going to submit, click on the submit for approval. While the submit for approval, what happens? Oh, it is not greater than 5%, I think. 1 second. Yes, right. So it is just less than only. So let me put 1 second. Draft it. Let's see 9. Right. Then see. Now it becomes more than, but less than 10. Then it will go for manager approval only. Let me click on the submit. See, right? And if you observe here, I am the Sanjay, a manager, and you see the approval guide. It's coming, right? And if you see, observe here, one of the record got created as a manager, right? And how it becomes here, what you have to do, I already told in the PPT, you have to edit the page, right? And you need to add, right? Edit the page. Here you can add one of the tab, that is approvals, where you can place the work guide from here, components, and approval work item, that is the approval trace, right? So you have to place it and save it, right? So this is the, and if you observe, like during the orchestration I told you, right? This is one of the extender flow is calling, right? One of the extender flow calling, the same screen you see here, approve. So I am going to approve it and see. Let's see what will happen. What will be approved, right? So just you have to refresh the page and you can see the code got approved because it's greater than 5% but less than 10%. So see, right? Now I am going to show you the last use case, that is all the three approvals required. So let's say 80%, 90%, 8%, and save it. So it goes beyond the 10%, right? So in that case, let me revert the status, right? Right. Now I am going to submit once again. In review states, if we observe here, one of the record got created, manager. So I am a manager. I am going to approve it. So once I approved, right? Just you have to refresh the page, and still you see in the review state only, be- because still two approval required, and you see two records got created here. One for the doc sign user, a financial, that is the CIO. So let me show you one of the going to approve through this UI. So I am administrator, that's why I have access. Here you can click on the review button and approve it, right? Go back and refresh the page. Still you see in a review state because other person also needs approval. So if you say they approved, still doc sign user needs to be approved. So I am going to show you by using that login that user. So I already logged it. So I am going to refresh it and we'll see. I received that screen under the approval tab. So in a review state, if you see, this is the screen because I am the one of the user CIO. So I'm going to approve it. Approved. So all the three approved, person approved. Then go back and just refresh the page, and then you can see the code that is in approved state. Approved state. Lovely, right? So if you see all the three person approved, right? So I hope this is clear. I haven't mentioned email notification process as well as the smart approval, right? There is a feature, right? So I hope this video is useful, and for your for our attention, do you have any question? Drop in a comments for our attention. And if this video is useful, you do not forget yourself to subscribe the channel and like it. And for the notification point of view and a smart approval, you can drop a message to show you in the next video. Thank you. so much.